Hello everyone. For the month of March 2021, I am very excited to be able to offer a workshop entitled Between Horizons, Exploring Internal Empowerment with the Divine Feminine. This is a workshop that I've been feeling called to offer for some time, and in this new world, I will be offering this online instead of in person as I've done in the past, workshops similar to this. But for this time, it felt appropriate to offer a workshop that is speaking towards finding a sense of internal balance and harmony and an experience of our true voice and our own light within ourselves. What we do with that internal empowerment, of course, is up to us, but I wanted to explore opening up to that light within ourselves, that internal experience of empowerment within ourselves, that expansiveness of being through the face of the sacred feminine. And so this is going to be a 3-week workshop, and it's going to be focused on each week we will be working intensively with one face of the sacred feminine, with one goddess. And we're going to be exploring her myth and opening up to within ourselves how we can be fully present to that myth living and breathing within each and every one of us, and opening up to an expansiveness of being through connecting with that specific goddess. So as I was sitting with who is coming forward for us to work with, we're moving through, it feels like an evolution on this 3-week journey. So for the first week, we're going to be working with Santa Muerta, and that's going to be very much about lifting the veil, moving through, the darkness into the light within ourselves, allowing ourselves to let go of what needs to be let go of, and open up to who we are once we've removed some of those layers. And so we'll be exploring working with Santa Muerta for the first week. For the second week, we will be working with Kali Ma. We will be working with her fierce energy of healthy boundaries and opening up to protection and connection with within ourselves, but also how we experience that with others and how to offer ourselves the support that we need through times of change. And then we will finish the experience with the goddess Isis, and so we'll be working with her for a week, opening up to this energy of sacred potential and sacred nurturing within ourselves, for ourselves, and then also for our tribes, for our communities as well, if we so see fit. So it's a 3-week process, a 3-week workshop experience, and each week we will be working with one deck in dedication to connecting with this face of the goddess and connecting more intimately and deeply with her. This is about experiencing the goddess very intimately in connection with her, and how we experience her and how we reflect her as well in our lives. And how we can integrate her more fully into our experience. So each week we will be working with a specific deck, and we will be doing daily draws with that deck. You will have homework for the week that I will assign for you, which will typically be a card spread. You'll be given a meditative journey that I will lead each week. 2 of those weeks that will be a recorded journey. So for Santa Muerta and Isis, you will have a recorded journey that I will lead you on. But then for the middle week, the week in which we work with Kali Ma, there's going to be a live Google Meet, which will last about an hour. And we will journey together as a group. On that Google Meet, I will lead that journey with Kali Ma, and then we will have time to discuss the experience, where we are in understanding ourselves in conjunction to the sacred feminine, and opening up to that aspect of ourselves. So there will be one live Google Meet, and that will happen in the middle of the workshop, so we can really connect, share our experiences, journey together with the divine feminine, and feel a sense of connectedness and, community in regards to working with the sacred feminine. And then for that final week with Isis, you will receive a unique card spread. You will have daily draws, and you'll also receive a guided journey. For each week as well, you will receive a video that is at least 15 minutes, up to 30 minutes long. You guys know I'm a chatty Cathy, so they usually go more like 30 minutes. In which I will discuss that face of the sacred feminine, how we are experiencing and exploring her in regards to this workshop energy, which is between horizons, when that liminal space, when we're holding space between two realms, and how do we experience the full integration and expression of ourselves within that. So there will be a video that addresses that energy in conjunction with the goddess herself. I'll offer personal musings on how I experience the goddess. I will draw a weekly card from the specific deck that we're working with. And I'll just share information about the goddess with you that can give you jumping off points for your own journal work for the week and your own daily card draws. And then of course I'll also discuss your weekly homework in that video. So at the beginning of each week for the 3-week process, you will get a video from me, which will discuss the goddess, discuss the energy of the week, include the card pull, and then I'll also talk about your weekly homework. Then you will have a separate video that includes a guided journey each week for you to work with at the time and space that works best for you, and to connect in with her energy when and where it feels appropriate for you for the week. Those videos for those 3 weeks, all those videos are unlisted links, so you'll only receive the experience if you're participating in the workshop, just to clarify for anyone who's watching this on the channel. But that is what the 3-week experience itself is going to look like. I will be available via message thread for any questions or anything you might want to share along the process. If you need someone to hold space for any emotions or feelings that may come up through that experience, I will be available via the Etsy message thread to communicate with you through that experience as well. And of course I'll be holding energetic space for the workshop too. And I always leave an opening in workshops that throughout the 3-week process I might add an additional video or two where I discuss a theme that I'm noticing many of us are exploring together. Because whenever there's an experiential workshop experience, you always will find that there's kind of a core theme that many people are exploring together in the workshop. And so I do like to provide intuitive videos geared towards that energy during the workshop itself. So the workshop will begin the first week in March. It lasts for 3 weeks. And as I said, there's a video for each week. There's a guided journey for each week. And then in the middle of the process, there is a live Google Meet that will last an hour and will include a guided journey and time to answer any questions that anyone has about the experience, the process, how they're feeling, what it feels like to connect with the goddess, and if anyone needs any insight or sense of connectedness and community through the experience, we'll get that on the live Google Meet as well. So yes, I'm very excited to offer this workshop. As I said, you can follow the link to my Etsy shop, and I will have everything listed in full there about what the workshop itself is entailing. The workshop is retailing for $90, and it is a limited size. I'm only opening it up for 20 participants, so please feel free to to take advantage of the opportunity if you feel called to intuitively joining this experience. So I just want to talk for a moment about the 3 decks that we'll be using. These are recommended decks. If you don't have these decks, you don't have to purchase them. But these are the decks that I will be using for the workshop experience in the videos and the guided journeys that we'll be working with. So I'm just going to share what those are. I do encourage you, if you have them in your collection, to work with them for the workshop itself, but you don't need to go out and purchase them unless you would like to. You can use any deck that you want to, as long as you keep the intention of connecting with your specific goddess for that week, which in this case will be, as I said, Santa Muerta, Kali Ma, and Isis. So for the first week, I'm going to be using the Santa Muerta Tarot. I just connect more with this in the Oracle deck. And this is by Fabio Listrani. It's a Lo Scarabeo deck. all of these decks can be purchased on Amazon or at a local bookshop, if that's an option for you where you are living currently at this time in the world. But I will be using the Santa Marta Tarot, and there is a Santa Marta Oracle also by Fabio Lestrani if you feel called to work with that instead. But this will be the deck that we use for the first week. For the second week, we will be using the Kali Oracle by Alana Fairchild. And then for the third week, we will be using the Isis Oracle, also by Alana Fairchild. This is also an opportunity if you've been looking to connect more with one of these decks in your collection. This is an opportunity for you to take advantage of that, because we will be doing daily draws and we will have weekly homework focused on working with the deck for our personal spiritual development. So if you've been looking to connect with either of these three decks more intimately, or if you want to use a deck of your own choice at home along with me that you've been looking to connect with more, this is going to give you an opportunity to participate in that experience. So as I said, if you want more information, please follow the link below. You can message me through the Etsy shop as well if you need me to clarify anything before you choose to join, if you have any questions, so feel free to reach out that way. I'm really excited about this experience. The last workshop, online workshop that I taught late fall was a really, really beautiful experience. So I'm looking forward to the unique energy of this workshop experience, and working with the Divine Feminine at this intimate level really provides so much opportunity for understanding of ourselves and our journeys, and also for expansion as souls and as beings, as well as humans on our personal journeys. And then of course that reverberates out through community as well. So I'm looking forward to connecting with all of you. I will see you in the next video, and take care, guys. Bye.